We are good. We're recording and go.
Yay, yay! Well, I'm going to introduce this call this week. Hope everyone's having an amazing Friday. I know a lot of you are locked down. I'm sorry. But I hope you're keeping your spirits high. And if you jump on this live, please say hi. Let us know where you're coming in from. And if you guys have questions too, please just put them in the comments so we can get back to them. And if you have any topics for another Friday too, that would be cool. Like, let us know what you guys want to hear about, right? Because this is for you. We're giving you guys value. So today is all about money. And I think when it comes to money, the first place I like to start is the psychology, right? It's the relationship with money that you have, and we all have a personal relationship. And this really comes back to the beginning of your life, that's 0 to 7 years old. So it's basically stem from the people you surround yourself. So it could be your parents, your guardians, your teachers. It could be even just comments around like TV shows, right? Like you look at the person that has the money is greedy. She's the mean girl. Like that they don't have this nice personality. Rich people are bad. Money doesn't grow on trees. Like all these sort of beliefs and comments and things that maybe your parents said to you, or the way that they treated money, like it was really secretive and they didn't talk about it, or it was rude to talk about it. And we all have these, right? Like I'm sure, Dom, you can share a couple of things too of what you remember as a kid. But like my dad was quite well off, like he had his own business, etc. But I remember when it came to wanting some money, it was like I had to beg for it. I had to be like, please, Dad, like give me $10, like let me go get a bag of lollies or whatever it was. And I remember that, and I remember it wasn't easy to get, and there was always an exchange, right? It was like, okay, if you guys do the dishes or you have these chores, I'll give you money. So it was always something I had to do to get money. So that was something that I always believed. I didn't think money could just come to me. I thought I had to work hard, or, I had to give to receive. And if I wanted to receive more, I either had to have when my generation, it was like be a doctor or be a lawyer, or, these sort of jobs are the ones that are going to make 6 figures a year. Go to university, have this education. So I really want you guys to think it's really good to just sit with this and go back to your childhood and try to remember these things. Like TV was probably the biggest one for me, that made me not want to talk about money. I didn't want to be the mean girl. I wanted people to like me. I wanted to be, the main character, the nice one. And yeah, that psychology of everything that is stemmed, and a lot of it is subconscious. Like this is stuff that's in your subconscious playing out in patterns in your life that you probably don't even know is happening. So once you get that awareness of these beliefs, of the way that you saw money, the way people talked about money, you can start to change it. You can start to shift it. Did you want to share anything on that, Dom?
Yeah, it's a very powerful topic. I think, well, just understanding as well, like all your childhood, whether it be traumatic things or just the way you were brought up, understanding like that more than likely that has controlled and created your belief systems as an adult today, consciously and subconsciously. So it's really important. I did a huge reflection period, really over like a 2-year period, just to understand that what are my beliefs? What are my beliefs? What do I value the most? Because at the end of the day, your values stem from your beliefs, but where did they come from? And again, like your money mindset one was a big one, where I look at what I have now compared to where I was say 5 or 6 years ago, and it's very interesting because I did see myself as having very similar tendencies to what you just sort of mentioned there as well. Like you had to constantly work hard, like got to just put in more hours. If you want more money, you got to put in more and more hours, working for the man. And then also for me growing up in Tassie, it was really like similar, like doctors, lawyers, but then it wasn't even perceived coming from a country town. Like you didn't really know anyone who just all of a sudden became a doctor or a surgeon or something like that. Every Tom, Dick and Harry were just like basic, a laborer, or not saying like that's anything wrong with that, but that's all that it was perceived for us out there. And really the only way for for guys to get out, for me anyway, my generation, was you had to become a sporting professional like AFL, because it was like the holy grail in Tassie. That was the only way really to get out and to make your name for yourself. And that was perceived as success. And that's the way you make your $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, is to become a professional AFL player. And we all know the statistics of that. And so seems too high of a ledge to be able to get at and obtain. So therefore you were never going to be able to do it for yourself. So you're stuck in a conformity. So, and that was not only just my, not just your parents' views on the world, but also my instant circle of influence, the upbringing I had, all my friends and, my age group and stuff. So it is very interesting seeing what my viewpoints were then and how that actually led into my early adult years. And I just became similar. Like I just couldn't achieve what I wanted to achieve. So therefore I was only limited to the success that I believed for myself. And that stemmed in my financial success as well. But since I rewrote the script and changed my money mindset and understand and thought from an abundance standpoint, therefore accumulating more abundance, and had a different association to money, like that money is just energy and I can attract as much energy into my life based on my law of attraction and what I put out. Therefore money now for me, it's seriously no problem, and it's not going to be a problem moving forward. And it's crazy how you can literally think your way into more financial assets.
Yeah, and it is. And I think also if you really look at the people you surround yourself, right, especially the last probably 4 years, like spending time with millionaires and, six-figure people, and just getting around people like that and realizing, hey, they're actually really nice people. They're not greedy and mean. Actually having more money means I can contribute. It means I can give more. It means that I have choices. Money is an exchange. And like you said, it's energy. It's like going to look at a tree and seeing all the leaves on it. It's exactly the same. There is trillions and trillions of dollars of money every single day all around the world. And you're the only one capping yourself. Like when people are saying, oh my gosh, like how can I, make $1,000 or $10,000? It's just a number. Like essentially it's a number in your bank account, and we attach this emotion connection to it. And you need to just like come back to this place of like, yeah, everything is energy. And once you start to see money like your relationship, right? Your children, like when you really tap into your life and everything you have, your phone, a simple shift you can make, especially right now if you're, struggling financially, right? You can't quite pay your bills, you're stressed. I've been there. It's not a fun place. It's really about looking at, okay, my phone, right? Electricity, the house that you live in, this is where gratitude really can come in and change and shift that energy of how you perceive money. And it's like, okay, cool, your house, how much is your house value at? 700,000. Amazing, right? Your phone, how much does it cost to go and buy that phone that you use every day? To have internet, to have food on your table, to have clean hot water, so you can have a shower at night, so you have lights, like all these little things. Look at this little bug around me. If you start to tap into that and actually be grateful for those things, like be grateful that, okay, maybe you don't own a house yet, but you're renting a house. You were chosen out of hundreds of people that applied for that house to have that house. Like come back to that and be grateful, right? And the more you start to see everything that you have as money, so you can like put that into your psyche, you'll go, oh my gosh, like if I actually added up everything in my house, my car, everything you use, you're probably millionaires. You don't even know it. Just because you don't have it physically or in your bank account, that does not mean you don't have money. That does not mean that you don't have riches, right? You can have people who have millions of dollars who are so lonely and depressed because they don't have love in their life. They don't have someone to share it with. So even looking at your relationship with your partner or whoever you're with, and being grateful for that, because love is priceless, right? You being alive is priceless. Having a baby, being able to birth a baby, a healthy baby, that was huge for my psychology, because there's so many things that can happen. And the fact that you have a beautiful healthy kid, like again coming back to that gratitude, like we talk about money, but money is everything, because energy is everything. And if you start to open your mind up to that and having a relationship with money like your spouse, coming to that place of desperation, stalking, I need you. If you were like that with a partner, what do you think would happen? We'd be like, whoa, you're way too much. I'm not going to stick around. This is too full on for me, right? It's like that first date. You don't just jump in and get engaged. Like you need to it's little steps. It's getting to know each other. It's opening up. It's trusting. And I know when I really looked at my relationship with money, like my partner, massive shifts started to happen. So yeah, that's a way that really worked for me. I don't know if you want to share anything on that, but yeah.
Yeah, so obviously you spoke about the gratitude aspect of things, and everything that I do when it comes to life in the last 5 or 6 years is just being able to shift and change your perspective. So, when you do think and come from the state of abundance, you are going to receive more abundance. So it is important. So what you did there by just, little things that you have around your house that you can see that, well, in reality, that is money. I am still financially wealthy in some areas. Even if the money that's coming in right now isn't what it is that you desire, you can't play the victim. You can't think, why am I in this position? Why is this happening to me? Why can't things change? Because that's a negative connotation, which is going to provide negative abundance into your life and therefore not achieve the results you want to achieve. So when you flip that, you do need to. Now, it doesn't mean you just think happy thoughts and do nothing. I think that's really important. I think what's been really hijacked in the motivation and spiritual world right now is that you can just think your way into abundance, like in terms of just think happy thoughts and I'm going to have an awesome life and become a multi-millionaire. It's not the case. And unfortunately, that has altered a little bit in the spirituality realms. So it needs to be a combination of having that gratitude and thinking of abundance, but also being practical in your actionable steps on a daily basis to help you achieve what you need to achieve. And you combine that with a support system and community of people that are like-minded that want to help you achieve and can team up together. That really, those 3 elements is what is the critical fuel to achieve what you want to achieve. And that's what's been a huge changing point for me, is coming from that place of gratitude is hugely important, but also being actionable, applying things. Now, just because you start something and do something doesn't mean that that's going to be the thing that's for you. You don't know whether, me and Jess, we've done multiple different businesses, we've done different stuff, and we still do different stuff. We don't know what's going to stick, but it's not a case of just throwing shit against the wall, hoping it sticks. You need to be actionable, apply it, stick to it for multiple years, see if you can work your way through it, because it's always going to be some murky waters to start off with, and then see where you end up after that. And if that particular route wasn't for you, and I've been in quite a few, that's fine, but take what was good from it and what you did learn from it, apply it to a new vehicle and a new lesson, and then move it forward. So, changing that aspect, I think, was really important for me over the last 4 or 5 year period, because then now I'm so solidified in all the endeavors that I am in now, and I've found my niche and I've found what I'm really, I found my message as well towards the universe. And now, because I am in from that huge state of abundance and wealth creation for myself, that now I'm able to give that and supply that to others and help others do the same thing. So, yeah, I think that would be my biggest tip on what we're saying.
And when you start to change the way you feel, that impacts the actions that you take. You start to see opportunities come to you that make you more money.
Correct.
That give you more impact. Like all of these things will start to happen and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I never even thought about doing that. But because you've opened yourself up to it, now you're seeing it. It's like when you buy a car, right? And all of a sudden you see the same car that you just brought everywhere. It's because you've literally just changed where it is in your subconscious. Now you brought it, now you see it everywhere. It's like, okay, cool, I'm open. I've changed my relationship with money. Now there's going to be opportunities for you to make more money.
I think to make that applicable with us, for example, you started with the crypto, you started getting involved in that trading, you start looking at charts. Now you're appealing to the trading side of things, and then all of a sudden we've come into fruition again, and you've been like, oh, so you're doing trading. I find that quite interesting. Whereas I think if you hadn't started that initially, you would have been closed off to trading because you would have been too scary.
100%. Because I would have been like, it's too full on. And like I said, with the crypto, because I understood, like once I actually got into it and understood it, it wasn't as scary and hard as I thought. I was like, well, then I was more open to trading. Exactly. And then if I hadn't done my network marketing business and, that shifted me into that, like thinking of like, oh, I could work for myself, like everything else from that. So all the choices that you make, everything that you do is perfect. It's all a lesson for you. And when you start to understand that, the good and the bad, like you'll start to see your life and go, wow, isn't that interesting? Become an observer of your life. The one thing I wanted to end on was the feelings, right? A lot of people want money for the feelings. It's for feeling free or having more fun in your life, being able to go on those holidays. You can tap into those feelings right now. You can tap into feeling more abundant, having more pleasure in your life, play, fun. Like, this is a journey, right? Live your every single day your best day, because we don't know how many days we have. If you're just waiting and you're like, I will be happy when this happens, you're never going to be happy. You need to be happy now, and then things are going to start to change for you, right? You need to be what it is that you want now before you have it. That's just how it works. And everybody's flipped it around the other way. Oh, I'll be happier. I'll be so happy once I'm earning $10,000 a month. Do you want $10,000 a month, or is that just because everyone wants to have 5 figures a month? Like, why do you actually want 10,000? Have you actually looked at your life and gone, how much would my best life cost me? Have you actually sat down and worked out your number? Or is it just because of stemmed from beliefs or what other people want, you know? And this is something I had to learn for myself too. And when you actually start to write down all the things that you want to be able to do, and again, you'll start to open yourself up, you have more clarity on what it is you want. And because there's an emotional connection to it, you're more likely going to receive it. Again, taking action. It's not just about the mindset stuff, but this is all combined. And yeah, like, this is work. Like, me and Dom have been doing this for years, and it's a journey. Like, every single day you're working on, everything is happening. You're always growing and shifting. You're going to have days where you're just going to be triggered and be like, I thought I dealt with that. And you'll be, you know, it will come, its head will come back up, and you go, interesting. Okay, why am I feeling this way? And digging deep into that. But yeah, money. Yeah, you go.
No, that's powerful stuff. What you said there is really good. I remember when I first heard that, it rocks you. And it's really difficult, because if you're sitting here watching this right now or listening into this and you're like, yeah, how's that possible to do what you just said? And I know when I first heard that 6 or 7 years ago, I'm like, I completely agree. I don't, how can you think your way into abundance? How can you just think your way into becoming a millionaire or make these changes? How can you be grateful when you're really struggling to make ends meet? And again, it's about shifting and altering your perspective on where you are right now, because again, there's always someone in a worse off position than what you are right now. There's always going to be someone out there that's struggling a lot more than you are. Until you be able to shift your perspective on where you are right now, you will not be able to receive the things that you're able to receive, because you're so shut off to it. And yeah, becoming the person that you want to become first to receive what you actually want to receive. So you need to become that person first. And yeah, again, that's very easier said than done, but it can happen over time when you start to apply the lessons that we're going to be speaking about over the coming months. But I just want to say, Anna said hello. Hey, Anna. And also Alison, who just started trading with me as well, who is awesome. We're actually going to meet Jess. You're going to meet Alison as well. So there's a couple of people jump. Hey guys, but yes, as we said, as Jess said at the start of the call, make sure if you have any kind of topic you'd like us to talk about, they're only short 10-minute, 15-minute videos. Feel free to reach out to either of us. Jump on. We're also going to have some guests coming through. Did you say Anna was going to jump on one? Didn't you?
I think so. Stage.
At some stage we get her on there, and there we go. Some more comments as well. So thanks, guys. Appreciate the love. But we'll leave that one there. Yeah, we'll see you all next Friday.
See you next week.